So once again, I'm sitting down and talking to you guys about how another takeover to buy Reading Football Club has not gone through. That's right, today it has been confirmed that Rob Cohig and the people that were set to buy Reading Football Club alongside him no longer have exclusivity to buy Reading Football Club, and it looks as if now we are back to square one. Now I'm going to read the club statement that Reading put out today. It goes as follows: that Reading Football Club would like to provide an update on the sale of the club. Over recent weeks and months, Mr. Dye and his representatives have been in exclusive dialogue with a potential purchaser. Despite lengthy and complex negotiations, the parties have been unable to find an agreement. This exclusivity period has now expired, and the club will pursue alternative options. The club acknowledges and appreciates the financial support provided by the potential purchaser during recent months. All loans have now been paid back to the potential purchaser in full, along with the accrued interest. Whilst an agreement was not found on this occasion, Mr. Dye remains committed to the sale of Reading Football Club, and provisions are in place to fund the club until a transaction is completed. The club would like to thank all stakeholders, especially its staff and supporters, for their continued patience and will communicate further updates once appropriate. Now, dissecting the dialogue that has been put out by Reading Football Club today, the first one is that the club are now pursuing alternate options. Are there people set to buy Reading Football Club? Are there other people that are interested? Maybe. But do I believe they'll be the ones that will buy Reading Football Club? No, I do not. The club acknowledges and appreciates the financial support provided by the potential purchaser during recent months, and all loans have been paid back to the potential purchaser in full, along with the accrued interest. Now, where has this come from? Dye Young has been unable to fund Reading Football Club for the last 9 months. And yet now he's magically found £4 million down the back of the sofa. Now people have speculated that this has come from the Michael Olise sell-on fee, and potentially might have, and that was set to be the money that was going to run Reading Football Club for the next couple of months. So if that is the money that has been paid back to Rob Cohig, Reading have no money now to run as a football club. One other thing I want to touch on is Mr. Dye remains committed to the sale of Reading Football Club. Absolute bollocks. It's an absolute crock of lies. I don't swear in these videos a lot, and I'm going to try not to throughout this, but it's absolutely full of shit is this statement. 80% of this is AI generated. It's not a real statement from anybody at this football club, and it's a complete bunch of lies. Mr. Dye is not trying to sell Reading Football Club. Dye Young is trying to kill Reading Football Club. Dye Young is just a bitter old man whose play toy didn't work out the way he wanted it to, and now he's going to discard it along with the other pile of football clubs that he's killed previously. There's blood on Dye Young's hands. There's blood on Dye Young Pang's hands. There's blood on Nigel Howe's hands. And there's blood on Mark Bowen's hands. They're the 4 people who I hold responsible for the death of Reading Football Club. We're supposed to get these updates from Nigel Howe, and he's always telling us how Dye Young's committed to sell Reading Football Club, and that he's a hard man to get in contact with. Dye Young has clearly lost interest, and at this point I have no idea as to why he has just baited along multiple different people when they're trying to purchase this football club. He's led on multiple parties to buy this club. Rob Cohig, I want to hold my hands up, and I just want to say, listen, thank you for trying to buy this club. We could see you were committed. Maybe you jumped the gun a little bit by posting things about the club and stuff like that. And I can't blame you, because you would have felt like this deal was over the line. He said from his side it was all done. He said from the EFL he had the approval, but there's once again just one key party that has ruined this transaction, and that is Dye Young. Now, this has broke me. I'm not going to lie to you. This has really demotivated me to do anything talking in regards to Reading Football Club, and I think it's done the same for a lot of Reading fans. I've seen people on Twitter talking constantly about how this is just killing them, and it really is, because this cannot keep happening, and the lack of media attention that is coming cannot keep happening. this needs to be given national media coverage. Once the pitch invasion happened against Port Vale last year, national media coverage was given. Am I saying this is the way that we need to go going forward, and that against Huddersfield, a 12:30 kickoff on Sky Sports, that we need to pitch invade? I am not saying that. But I'm also not saying that we should do that. It's absolutely ridiculous that Reading Football Club have been put into this situation once again. I truly believed that it was done, and I truly believed that Rob Cohig was going to be the new owner. Hell, Joe Jacobson was set to come in as CEO. There were so many changes that he had already planned. But all of that is gone, because the transaction could not be completed by a greedy, bitter, stubborn little man. Dai Young is a little man. He is a coward, and he's somebody who is a greedy little bastard. At the end of the day, Reading Football Club will die a slow death, and it's sad that one of the oldest football clubs in the history of English football is being resorted to this slow and painful death because of a bitter, stubborn old man. Reading Football Club don't deserve to die. Reading Football Club need a new owner, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's sad, it's depressing, and I guess it's not the words that people want to hear from my mouth, but I truly don't believe that there will be a new owner anytime soon, and I think Dai Young probably will succeed in killing this football club. Now, there's been rumours that Dai Young is under house arrest or something, and all of his assets have been seized by the Bank of China. I'm not going to believe anything I read on Twitter or X anymore. So many people claim to be in the know, and they get it wrong every single time. So I'm not going to claim that these things are true, but it's the rumours that have been flying around. And listen, if it is true, if there is a bank that are now involved, I'm sure they will want to sell as quick as possible and will want to get a transaction completed and get the club off their hands. But look, I don't believe anything will happen anytime soon. The news is depressing. And look, if the players and the manager walk away, I cannot blame them at all. If Ruben wants to walk, Ruben can walk. I don't want him to go. He's been a fantastic manager, but he has fronted all of this news and taken all of the questions at press conferences, and it's not fair to him. It's not fair to the players on the pitch either. Listen, how unmotivated must them football players be right now? Listen, there's not much else I can say. Apart from this is one of the most depressing times once again to be a Reading Football Club fan. Thanks, Dai Young, for everything that you've done. You're a cunt. That's going to be it for this one today. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.